Good evening. I would like to call to order the Concord Township Board of Trustees meeting for January 3rd, 2025. If you would, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call, please, Mr. Patriarcha.
Mrs. Lucci.
Present.
Mr. McIntosh.
Present.
Mr. Dondorfer.
President. And we will move into the organizational meeting for this evening. And swearing in of our chairperson. I designate Mr. Patriarcha as chairperson pro tem. Chairpersonship of the organizational meeting is turned over to Mr. Patriarcha for the purpose of electing the 2025 board.
Thank you, Mr. Dondorfer. Nominations are now open for the position of chairperson for 2025.
I nominate Mrs. Lucci as chairperson for the Concord Township Board of Trustees for 2025.
And I will second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Nominations are now open for the position of vice chairperson for 2025.
I nominate Mr. McIntosh as vice chairperson of the Concord Township Board of Trustees for the year 2025.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Nominations are now open for the position of fiscal officer pro tempore for 2025.
I nominate Mr. Dondorfer as fiscal officer for pro tempore for the year 2025.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Mrs. Lucci assumes the position of chairperson. Mr. McIntosh assumes the position of vice chairperson. Mr. Dondorfer assumes the position of trustees and fiscal officer pro tempore, and Mr. Patriarcha as fiscal officer.
Switch.
I'm comfortable.
Get to stay in your spot.
All right, thank you. We will turn to the organizational meeting. All trustee meetings are open to the public and may be viewed live via YouTube live streaming. If you require a special accommodation in order to attend the meeting, please give at least 8 hours notice to the administrator. We will set the time and date of meetings for 2025. Trustees' office hours and regular trustees' meetings will be held on the first and third Wednesday of each month, with office hours beginning at 5 p.m. and regular trustees' meeting to follow at 6 p.m. in Town Hall. Staff meetings will be set for the Monday preceding the first trustee meeting of each month at 3 p.m. in Town Hall. The appropriations workshop will be announced at a later date. Special meetings will be announced at least 24 hours in advance and posted on our website, emailed to local newspapers, including the News Herald, the Plain Dealer, the Lake County Tribune, and to anyone that has requested advance notice. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We will now make the department assignments for each trustee. Do I hear a motion?
I move we make the department assignments for each trustee as follows. Fire, myself. Service, Mr. McIntosh. And Zoning, Recreation, Administration, Mrs. Lucci.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We will now appoint the township department directors. Do I hear a motion?
I move to approve the following Township Department Directors: Legal Counsel Brady Matheny, Cemetery Sexton Karen Warner, Fire Chief Matthew Sabo, Service Director Tim Brown, Recreation Director Sean Supler, Planning Zoning Director and Zoning Inspector Heather Freeman, and Secretary to the Zoning Appeals and Zoning Commission, Board of Zoning Appeals and Commission Heather Freeman.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We will now establish legal holidays for the year 2025. If the holiday falls on a Saturday, it is observed on the preceding Friday. On Sunday, it is observed on the following Monday. Do I hear a motion?
I move we establish the 2025 legal holidays for Administration and Service Department and Fire Department administrative personnel as follows. January 1st, New Year's Day. January 20th, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. February 17th, President's Day. May 26th, Memorial Day. June 19th, Juneteenth Day. July 4th, Independence Day, September 1st, Labor Day, October 13th, Columbus Day, November 11th, Veterans Day, November 27th, Thanksgiving Day, November 28th, day after Thanksgiving, December 25th, Christmas Day, December 26th, Trustees Designated Holiday.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We will now establish legal holidays for the year 2025 per firefighter's contract for the fire department firefighting personnel. Do I hear a motion?
I move to establish the 2025 legal holidays for full-time fire department and firefighting personnel per firefighter's contract as follow. January 1st, New Year's Day, January 20th, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, April 20th, Easter Sunday, May 26th, Memorial Day, June 19th, Juneteenth Day, July 4th, Independence Day, September 1st, Labor Day, November 27th, Thanksgiving Day, December 24th, Christmas Eve, December 25th, Christmas Day, and December 31st, New Year's Eve.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye. I move we establish the 2025 legal holidays for part-time fire department firefighting personnel per employee handbook as follows. January 1, New Year's Day, April 20th, Easter Sunday, May 26th, Memorial Day, June 19th, Juneteenth Day, July 4th, Independence Day, September 1st, Labor Day, November 27th, Thanksgiving Day, and December 25th, Christmas Day.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Establish the mileage rate. Do I hear a motion?
Move to establish the 2025 mileage rate reimbursement per IRS guidelines as of 1/1/2025. It is 70 cents per mile.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The temporary appropriations for 2025 were passed at the regular meeting on 12/18/2024. Resolution 2024-33. I made a motion to approve the rates as discussed. Mr. McIntosh seconded the motion. The roll call vote was myself, yes, Mr. McIntosh, yes, and Mr. Dondorfer, yes. Motion to appoint 2 board members to the Volunteer Firefighters Dependents Fund Board.
I make a motion to elect Mr. McIntosh to the VFFDF Board to serve a 1-year term commencing on 1/1/2025.
I second. All in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to elect Mr. Dondorfer to the VFFDF Board, serve 1 term commencing 1/1/2025.
I second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. This concludes the organization meeting portion of the regular trustees meeting, and we will move to the regular meeting agenda. Okay, moving on to the approval of minutes.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the December 18th, 2024 regular trustee meeting minutes.
And I will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Madam Chair, I will make a motion to approve the December 23rd, 2024 staff meeting minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Our elected official reports. We will start with Fiscal Officer, Mr. John Patriarca.
Thank you, Mrs. Lucci. Before we get into the finances, just want to wish everyone a happy new year. Hopefully everyone enjoyed the holidays with family, friends, or whoever they were able to spend that time with. And I also wanted to thank the board and Administrator Rose for welcoming me this past year. And I do appreciate the wonderful things the board had to say about my first year in office at the last meeting. It certainly does not go unrecognized. So I do appreciate the support and assisting me as I moved into the new position over the past 9 or 10 months. And so looking forward to another productive 3 years and serving Concord Township and all the residents and continuing to help out in any way that I can. So with that being said, moving into the township finances, the fiscal office tied out all township accounts through the end of 2024, reconciling all funds through December 31st. I'm happy to report the township stayed within budget throughout the duration of the year. Currently, the treasury balance for all 21 active funds within the township is at $6.1 million, and that includes $137,000 in funds set aside for specific projects carrying over into 2025. If any residents have specific questions regarding township finances, please do not hesitate to reach out to the fiscal office directly at 440-354-7516. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Patriarca. Moving on to our trustees report, Mr. McIntosh.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Well, I'd like to wish everybody Happy New Year. It's great to have a new year underway with this board. Been a relatively quiet period of time. I hope everyone in Concord had a great holiday season, got to spend time with their families and loved ones. Don't have a whole lot of township business to report. I did have a meeting towards the end of the year with Mr. McMahon, Mr. Rose, and Ms. Freeman following one of the JED meetings, and we talked about moving forward with a strategic or comprehensive plan review or a comprehensive plan process. So that's something that we'll jump into the new year looking forward to. And I know we've got a number of exciting things with the levy passing. We can start to examine getting the fire station project, which we committed to doing 2 years ago, going. So just excited to be back and back at it again for another year. That was my report.
Excellent, thank you. Mr. Dondorfer.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd also like to extend my hope that everybody had a wonderful New Year and a happy holiday. It was nice having our family home, my girls especially for the holiday. Not a lot to report. I didn't have any phone calls or comments from anybody throughout the township over the holiday. It's just it's sort of nice to wind down from the busy year that we all had and look forward to doing a lot this upcoming year. So with that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dondorfer. I would also like to say Happy New Year to everyone. I hope everyone had a great holiday. I am looking forward to a great year in 2025. We are here to serve our residents, so please reach out when you have any questions or concerns. We like to take care of things that are within our purview as best and as soon as we can. I did hear from a resident who had concerns over a gas well this week. And Andy, thank you for swiftly looking into the situation and handling it in less than 24 hours. Yeah. That's pretty much how we roll here, so thank you. On behalf of the Ohio Township Association, I'd like to remind the high school seniors that there is still a scholarship opportunity, which is open until January 31st. Categories are academic achievement, local government achievement, and trade schools. The application can be found on the OTA's website, so I hope you take advantage of that. I would also like to offer my condolences to the family of Rick Amos, who was a longtime Perry Township trustee who passed away a few weeks ago. Rick was a genuine, great guy, loved his family, his community. He served as a trustee for 21 years and was very active in his community. Yeah. He will be greatly missed. Please make sure you keep yourselves warm, as I hear we're running into some Arctic temperatures. I will be traveling in the next few weeks, and I will be thinking of all of you where I am nice and warm. But with that, I hope everyone has a great weekend and a great rest of the month, and that concludes my report. All right, moving on to department reports. We will start with our administrator, Mr. Andy Rose.
Thank you, Mrs. Lucci, members of the board, Mr. Patriarca, members of the audience, good evening. I'll cover a few items that are on the agenda. Item A is Resolution 2025 TAC 01, which will authorize the disposal of unfit, obsolete, or surplus property by internet auction as it comes up during calendar year 2025. Item B is Resolution 2025 TAC 02, which authorizes Lake County, specifically the engineers, to advertise for the 2025 Joint Road Resurfacing Project. It should be noted there are additional entities in this year's Joint Road Resurfacing Program. So it will be Lake County, Painesville Township, Leroy Township, Perry Village, and Concord Township. So it's going to be a robust program, and we're looking forward to some good pricing and getting out early ahead of everybody else. Item D is a purchase order to Elemental Shelter Solutions. That's for the new salt dome in the amount of $51,582.40. The lion's share of that is covered by the insurance claim. And then item E is the vote for the 2025 Super Blanket certificates for the year. Moving on to other things, I continue working with Mr. Patriarca. Congratulations on your first year.
Oh, thank you.
Done. And working with our fiscal officer and our department heads to finalize the 2025 budget. Coffee with the Administrator is now on the third Thursday of each month, so the next one will be on January 16th at 9 a.m. And I am looking forward to a great 2025, and I wish everyone a very happy new year. And that concludes my report. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Rose. We are moving now to Service Department, Mr. Tim Brown.
Good evening, everyone.
Evening.
Service Department wishes everyone a happy new year. The Service Department in the month of December, we responded to 12 call-outs for snow and ice control. We applied about 965 tons of salt to the roadways. As Mr. Rose said about the salt dome, during the heavy snow event, due to the heavy snow, our salt dome collapsed. The salt that we had on site, we had plenty, so we didn't need to use the salt that was in the dome. So we were able to still continue to fight the snow and ice and respond to the snow call-outs. During the week after the snow event, and we got that nice mild weather, our crews dismantled the snow or the salt dome and reestablished the foundation where it had moved, and we're ready for that new salt dome, which is scheduled to come in next week. They were scheduled for the 6th, but due to the weather, we're looking like more the 7th or 8th. So we should have the new salt dome up, and then we're gonna load it up with some more salt. Additional work we did in the Service Department was the installation of mailbox barricades and some equipment maintenance. Residents that wish to purchase the mailbox snow barricade can do so by filling out an application found on the website under Forms and Applications, or picking one up at Town Hall. There's a $50 fee for the installation of the barricade. The Service Department reminds motorists when winter weather that requires plowing occurs to please give the plow drivers room to perform their job of clearing the roads, and not to park on the street when there's 2 inches or more accumulation in the roadway. The Service Department encourages residents with questions, concerns to contact us at 440-350-3225 or by email at concordtwp.com under service. And that concludes my report.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Moving on to Recreation Department. Mr. Rose, you're going to give that report?
I am. Mr. Supler gave me a few items to cover for recreation, so thank you, Mrs. Lucci. On Friday, December 6th, we had our big annual tree lighting and Santa party here at Town Hall. They just want to thank the community members who braved the weather to come out and celebrate and start the holiday season. We wanted to give a special thanks to the Lake Youth Chorus for coming out and providing beautiful Christmas music. Rachel Lamb from Rec Department, who did the tree decorating, and we also want to say another special thanks to Mountain Creek Tree Farm because they donated the tree to us again this year. And of course, another thanks to Santa and Mrs. Claus. They always do a great job with the families and the kids, and we appreciate all their hard work. Rec Department's working on all the new spring and summer programs for 2025. Please continue to sign up for the e-grapevine and be on the lookout for the spring and summer printed grapevine. That should be out in mid-February. And then finally, as always, if you need help with registration or have any questions about Recreation Department or their programs, you can call them at 440-639-4650. And, Rec really just does a great job. And that concludes that report.
Thank
you, Ms. Lucci.
Thanks, Mr. Rose. Moving on to Lake County Sheriff's Office, we have Lieutenant Ropas.
Thank you. The Lake County Sheriff's Office too wishes to wish all of those in Concord Township Happy New Year. We are very eager to start the new year with now 2 road patrol deputies in Concord Township.
Yes.
Something we're very thankful for the trustees and the Concord Township residents for believing in what the Lake County Sheriff's Office can provide to them. We actually just started our new fiscal year just a few days ago, where we now are having 2 Concord Township Patrol deputies on duty 24/7, and it has been amazing, especially given this snowfall. We've been able to respond to more accidents and get to the residents of Concord in a quicker manner and provide that care for them. Through the month of December in Concord Township, we had 819 generated and calls for service throughout the township. Some notable cases, the new road, Rogan's Way off Timberlane, we had a lot of vandalism and criminal damaging going on in there in the new construction area. We were able to identify the individuals involved in that through security cameras in the area. Several juveniles were charged with vandalism and breaking and entering to those structures that occurred throughout November and December. We handled a lot of high volume of motorist assists and disabled vehicles relating to the winter storms at the beginning of December. And an update on a November theft investigation regarding a stolen trailer from Normandy Parkway. With the assistance of our detectives, we were able to set up an undercover sting operation in Willoughby, where we were able to recover that trailer, and criminal charges against the suspect are forthcoming. We also, with this continued relationship with Concord Township Fire, myself and Lieutenant White of the fire department, when I took over the field training program, all officers that are now hired go through a training program with Lieutenant White, where he provides medical assistance and showing officers how they can provide medical care prior to EMS arrival, and also to officers in the need, if they need to provide assistance to themselves. We're very fortunate for the relationship we have with the Concord Township Fire Department, and that concludes my report for the Sheriff's Office.
Thank you very much, Lieutenant.
Thanks.
All right, time for audience portion. I don't think we have anybody here in the audience that would like to speak, but if you would, come forward. We will move on to old business. Seeing as there is none, we will move on to new business.
Madam Chair, I'll move to approve Resolution 2025-1, resolution by the Concord Township Board of Trustees to dispose of surplus, unneeded, obsolete, or unfit personal property through the use of internet auction.
And I will second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I will make a motion to approve Resolution 2025-02, a resolution by the Concord Township Board of Trustees authorizing Lake County to advertise for bids for a combined asphalt paving project with Concord Township, Leroy Township, Painesville Township, Perry Village, and Lake County, and for Concord Township to pay for Concord's share of the cost of advertising LCE project number 2024-009.
And I will second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I move to approve, to appoint John Wertel to the Zoning Commission regular member to the vacant seat for the remaining term effective January 3rd, 2025 through March 31st, 2026.
And I will second that.
Any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye. I will make a motion to approve Service Department PO in the amount of $51,582.40 to Elemental Shelter Solutions for our salt dome replacement structure.
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
I move to approve sewer blankets 1-25 through 108-2025 effective January 1st, 2025.
Yeah, I'll second that motion.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye. I will make a motion to, no, let's not.
We read.
Okay. Mr. Rose is gonna read that.
That's okay, Madam Chair.
Yes, please,
Okay.
thank you.
The Eastern Lake County Chamber of Commerce 2025 Beacon Award winner is Mr. William Bill Creed. On behalf of Concord Township, we would like to extend our sincere congratulations to William Bill Creed on being selected as the Eastern Lake County Chamber of Commerce 2025 Beacon Award winner. Bill is the president of Gazette Newspapers and Great Lakes Printing and has served the community with unwavering dedication and leadership. Since joining the Gazette and Great Lakes Printing in February 1984, Bill has consistently supported the community through advertising, sponsorships, and editorial coverage. His generosity includes sponsoring events such as the Perry Fall Festival, Kirtland Strawberry Festival, Better and Menor Days, Painesville Party in the Park, Fairport Mardi Gras, the Lake County YMCA Dream Home. Bill has also made significant financial contributions to organizations such as the Lake Geauga Recovery Center and the Lake County Fair. His leadership exemplifies the values of collaboration and community engagement. It is an expression of appreciation to be awarded the 2025 Beacon Award, and Concord Township appreciates you for your many years of dedication and overall community service. Congratulations to Bill Creed. And then I also have the Eastern Lake County Chamber of Commerce 2025 Business of the Year Award winner. On behalf of Concord Township, we congratulate the Lake County Employees Federal Credit Union as being selected as the Eastern Lake County Chamber of Commerce 2025 Business of the Year winner. Lake County Employees Federal Credit Union has made remarkable achievements in innovation, community involvement, and sustained growth, in addition to consistently going above and beyond and giving back, actively participating in charitable events, and partnering with organizations such as the Eastern Lake County Chamber of Commerce, Painesville Rotary, Salvation Army, Harvey High School, Forbes House, and other local credit unions. Lake County Employees Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution offering competitive rates, innovative services, and a family-focused, friendly environment. Chartered in July of 1960 in Painesville, Ohio, the credit union began with one employee serving fewer than 100 members. Today, it has grown to serve over 5,800 members across Lake County with total assets, totaling $56 million. Guided by its cooperative principles and a volunteer board of directors, Lake County Employee Federal Credit Union remains dedicated to serving the community with better rates, fewer fees, and personalized service. It is an expression of appreciation to be awarded the 2025 Business of the Year, and your dedication and leadership will continue to serve Lake County for years to come. Congratulations to the Lake County Employees Federal Credit Union. Signed, the Concord Township Board of Trustees. Thank you, Mint.
Thank you, Mr. Rose. And yes, we congratulate Mr. Creed and LCE Federal Credit Union. Moving on to item H. Andy, would you mind reading the items voted on at the December 23rd, 2024 staff meeting?
I'd be
please?
happy to. There was a vote for the Ohio Plan Insurance Renewal for 2025. Mrs. Lucci moved to approve the Ohio Plan Insurance Renewal for 2025. That was seconded by Mr. McIntosh, and the vote was 3 ayes. The trustees entered into executive session. There was a motion to enter into an executive session to discuss employee compensation pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 121.22G1, and to have Mr. Patriarca, Ms. Sadler, and Mr. Rose join the executive session. At 3:25 p.m., Mr. McIntosh moved to enter into the executive session, and Mrs. Lucci seconded. The roll call vote was Mr. McIntosh voted yes, Mrs. Lucci voted yes, and Mr. Dondorfer voted yes. At 3:32 p.m., Mr. McIntosh moved to exit out of executive session, which was seconded by Mrs. Lucci, and the vote was 3 ayes. And then after that, there was the approval of the 2025 non-bargaining employee compensation salaries. Mrs. Lucci moved to approve the 2025 non-bargaining employee compensation, and Mr. McIntosh seconded, and the vote was 3 ayes.
Thank you, Mr. Rose. Moving on to future meetings and announcements. Mr. Patriarca.
On January 7th, Zoning Commission meeting has been canceled. On January 8th at 7 p.m., there will be a BZA meeting in Town Hall. On January 15th from 5 to 6 p.m., there will be trustee office hours here in the conference room, followed by the trustee meeting at Town Hall at 6 p.m.
Thank you very much. And with that, that concludes our first meeting of the year. Everyone have a great weekend.
It's weird. It's Friday night.